right before my specialty. And this is exactly what I said. I said February 14th. I said, well, this is a cold liquor right here. So my daddy knew that I hated Valentine's Day. And we talked about all that how much I hated Valentine's Day. I said, this nigga going down on Valentine's Day. Now I got to remember this shit. And I looked up, I said, well, you a cold nigga. And what's crazy, when I was getting ready to walk out the hotel, a dude came by playing We Want the Funk. And I said, that's all right. Because I was so grateful for the time that I spent with him. Moral of the story, my father, make sure y'all be grateful to the people that you love all the time because you never know how long you got with them. Ali Sadiq, thank you for this guy.
You say Detroit.
Thank y'all for this one.
See how I do this?
It's just like a very cool way to process extremely quickly. If I go here in Figma, I just have this design here that I pulled together. I can just take the link, I can copy a link to selection, and then I can go to Codex and I can just paste the link, use the Figma skill to implement the automations page in my
All right, well, I'm Priscilla. They call me the Queen Maker. Some people call me, a lot of people call me Pastor P. Maybe because of the power in my voice, but I'm a woman's advocate. And with energy, you create a whole host of problems that you can be an individual to create a solution for. So and so these people make it fit. Bam, I got the solution, right? Create a whole host of issues by creating a backflow of energy, and then you create a solution to the problem. So, how women believe about men is that men are leaders, they're providers and protectors, and that that you are special if they give their love to you. So this is the belief, the subconscious belief that's deeply ingrained in women that motivates them because men can stop you. The nature of a male, the nature of a male, if you know anything about the occult or esoteric information, you have three planes. You have a physical plane, mental plane, and a spiritual plane. And the law of gender or the principle of gender is masculine and feminine energy. On the material plane, you have a masculine and feminine counterpart. The male body is the masculine counterpart on a three-dimensional plane. That means, as a masculine vessel, he still operates on the masculine principle. And what is the masculine principle? The masculine principle is a moving energy. It moves, it does. It's not a feel energy. So women believe that they can stop men. Why y'all win? Why you have these steals? Yeah. They think that they can make males steal. So they believe they try to use quote unquote love as a power tactic to manipulate the
Oh,
male to steal. So Sit down, boy. Be still. Y'all quit that. So the beg, plead, push, and pull method is the method that women use to try to convince men to do what she wants them to do. Give her emotions, be monogamous, do all of this, which is totally counterproductive because it'll never work, right? And so, in order to make
Hey,
change the flow of the energy, you go with the flow. Women do not want to go with the flow because they do not understand the psychology, the nature, or the makeup of a male. And so they cause themselves problems trying to push, pull, beg, plead for him to be monogamous and all this stuff, which the male is incapable of doing because it goes in direct opposition of his nature. Man, shit. What? Man, she just that's it.
ooh,
What? Man, she just that's it. Man, the boy been a fuck up from day one, right? Man, she broke us down. That energy can't sit still. That's why he fucked up with his mama saying, be still and sit down. Y'all quit making that noise and you never get to go outside to get that energy out. That's why when he go to school and he don't get to go to recess, that energy cannot sit still. Right? So she broke down the whole makeup of us. This energy has to eat and it has to
they wanted to reverse it.
so when a nigga goes to the job is for food and sex. Yeah, that's it. The woman is for food and sex. Yeah. She has other traits. But if he's not capable and he don't have the energy to identify the traits outside of her cooking and fucking, then all he'll do is fuck. Yeah. He can't do nothing else. And he cannot be a man. And that's why people fight me when I say men are incapable of men. They fight me, but he just said it. They can't do it. Here's why. Because men live in a perpetual state of sex. Sex is something that they cannot. They can't. Every
I tried to swerve out the way like this.
it takes so much energy just for a male to control his thoughts and statements. That's why they go find God. That's why they get that religion. They need religion. That's religion is not for women. It's for men. It's for men. Yeah. Okay. So males, first and foremost, you have a. Y'all ain't never talked to one before either. And man, I'm here. No, man, we talking the same shit. You got the left hemisphere. And you have the
Killed
right
my
hemisphere.
flow.
The left side of the brain is the analytical, logical side of the brain. It is the masculine side of the brain. The feminine side of the brain is the right side of the brain. Okay, that is the creative. This is what all the
Escape the indoors with Cutter Backyard Bug Solutions. From lawn treatment that lasts all summer, or a backyard fogger for your deck or patio. And Cutter candles, perfect for summer evenings. Cutter, protect your people. Shop now.
How does a serpent talk? And not only that, but why is the serpent's punishment to crawl on its belly when that's what it does? The book of Genesis, which is the first book in the Bible, is profound, serious, and mysterious. What I hope you'll get from studying Genesis is a deeper appreciation of biblical insights with regards to the human person, psychology, predilection, goals, rivalry, but also reconciliation. Let's begin.
Can I stop you right quick? Okay. That's why when you look at some of the greatest men who can I stop you right quick? That's why when you look at some of the greatest men who ran in some of the biggest families that we know of, it was the woman. Barbara Bush, the Miss Kennedy, it was the woman who was raising these men to be great people. Exactly. Exactly. It's the feminine. So the masculine, what women do not understand. Exactly. Exactly. It's the feminine. So the masculine, what women do not understand about men, this. And we have achieved liftoff. That's
Hopefully this bird's data helps me figure out what's going on here.
The male naturally operates from his left side of the brain. So the man
Too much
is
drag
more
outside the
logical
slipstream.
than well, when people say the man is more logical, they put a period on it. That's not the way. The male is more analytical in terms of getting his movement into life.
It's too high!
Because he made up like that to survive
Yo,
on this planet because he was a hunter in the beginning. He had to go hunt his food in the beginning. So he
And we have
couldn't tap
achieved
into
liftoff!
the perception side of the brain because he was afraid to go.
Hopefully this bird's data helps me figure out what's going on here.
So he had to be analytic. That's why he's a hunter. That's why they say he's a provider. He was. So it was different, right? So that's why, and I struggle with it. That's why when a man and a woman are having a conversation about what he's done wrong, what she done wrong, they very seldom become.
Better get back in the slipstream and catch up.
Relate to her side of the brain. She's saying, "Tell me how it made you feel," and he's telling me what it felt. And here's the thing: what women do not understand is when males are born, they have most of them have communication with a lot of them feel they feel. They don't even have the words to experience how they feel. They have it's a deficit called electric.
Feeling the need for speed!
And more things I went to the bars. They used to give us a whole motherfucking sheet of all different places. I mean, he said, male can't even, he does not even have the ability to become she can't even do it. Oh, God, I'm a psychiatrist. So in counseling, they would give us two different sheets. They had 100 different faces with the names of these
We're
faces.
slowing down. Gotta hit the slipstream.
And that's how they said, hey, how you feeling? Oh, because they keep saying, oh, hey, they
Better
have to
finish
pick a
this before I
face
lose all the
that was
data.
more defined because they think how they feel, right? Oh, it's a point. That's why niggas and this is why the has been
Too much drag outside the slipstream.
The women don't know. So she has been so dislike about men being these.
It's still out there hunting.
No, just look at all the stuff that men have to deal with. First of all, they're born with a lot of deficits. Their right side of their brain is mostly shut down. They're primarily operate from the left side. Testosterone makes these dudes think about so many defiled things. And then you integrate them into society and tell them to live up to these social standards where they have to control all of these beautiful things. And then you put a expectation of how much money that they have to achieve in all life. This is a mountain of things, and the male cannot handle all of these negations. So he's crumbling inside, and then he don't know how to do. Then the women don't know what the man is going through. He puts all these other expectations on. That's why I say she nagging. Tell me how you feel. He don't know how you feel. So he in his own mind, he don't know how you feel. He can't tell you how you feel. Now you want him to do something extra to believe you. He don't even know what the look is on your face. He don't know. So women can know this. And so they are being, they are causing them more issues and making them more angry. And guess what happens when you raise testosterone levels? It cuts out the orbital frontal cortex. They become like beasts and animals. And they can't control impulse. So it shuts them off. And then next thing you know, he done broke down. That's why they have to be in football and learn this from coach. That's why they have to go to the military. That's why they have to get in different training so they can learn this. Outside of that, the natural man, without the right training, without the right teaching, without the proper nourishment, will destroy everything in his path. Exactly. So if you know anything about astrology, you have air, water, earth, fire. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries are fire signs, and they are. So what happens if you let a fire get out of control. It ain't saying that we don't use fire, because fire is good for
That
cooking
couple's being
stuff,
attacked.
for
Better hurry.
but what happens when it gets it's to control fire than so when you invest into the music, you can get and
You should try aluminum beds.
also
Nice balance.
so people are investing into
They don't
males
give
and
people the
women
fear like a crowbar.
because if
Maybe
you
you're not
don't
swinging
train the
them
male
right
early,
way.
you got 3 years of before you make a real positive.
What's the
If
matter?
by
You don't got no
5,
cash
if
on
you
you?
ain't made no
Oh,
you done
no
fucked up.
problem.
Well,
How about your phone?
because those are the
Maybe we
pillars
could
for the
call
foundation
someone
and the
together to
temperament
help
of
see
this
out
being.
some big
Exactly. Right. So
disease.
whatever that
And I'll even
motherfucker gets
call
from
the
0 to
ambulance
5,
for you.
it shows it started and it don't change. It don't change. It don't change. In arrested development and see that's why the Bible again is taken up as a message were made for men. Train a child in the way he. That's why we think it's he. This is not about the woman. I keep telling you that God didn't talk to the woman. It's about him. The feminine is the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the feminine part of the mind. It can do trillions of things.
Come on! You had to know I'd be here sooner or later.
That's what makes a nigga feel guilty when he get wrong on the
You
side.
can't stop it, Spider-Man!
You got that right side said, boy, that wide left side.
Me being a soldier, I know my daughter's looking for me
on, Spider-Man!
and what I'm trying to do is
A
provide them
crowbar
with
does not hurt
put them
this
in the same
much.
situation where they can continue to be themselves. Our girlfriend back today.
Oh, for me? You shouldn't have.
Finally got him!
Operation GMC terrain elevation. Current eligible list containers will flip each on this terrain elevation for around $2.99 per month.
Not give me the next week!
If you're watching so many years, that's why so many guys to the side of the wrong side. That pressure. And it's just not the right environment. So you go back to environment, nurture. If you're not nurtured properly from the time you were
I'll
in
take you
before
down!
the thing that she hears through her ears while she's like, yep. The shit that she feels while you in her stomach, you take on all of that to boy. And all of, and that's why it's
Hit him with all you got!
see like old shows, the women don't work because everything they focus on being born. And they think that the woman needed to have anything that goes, the female is a lot stronger in utero than the male. Anything can make you abort a male. Anything can mess up the guy. Why they got Joseph ass away from me? You know, he couldn't even talk. Look at so. See what we don't know is when we plant that seed. Everything we do from the moment that we have a knowledge that this seed is doing, the seed, right? Our actions and our energy. The things that we do, the women that we labor, the recreation that we partake in, when we come home and lay with that energy, with that seed in it, all of that transferred. And women don't understand that because inside of the man.
And stay down!
So it is.
But like, seriously, please.
His diet, right? And women don't understand this. They don't understand how seminal fluid actually impacts their physiology and their psychology. They have no clue. And they think that they can be like males. And the reason why.
Hey y'all,
It's all the way back to the basics. If you understand the basics.
what's up, black couple? Indian black couple, Trinidad.
Excusez-moi!
If you look at life, you got to go to the basics of the foundations of life. And you have 5 characteristics of life. And where do you get those 5 characteristics from? A living organism must have cells, it must function, it must
Excuse me?
and it must respond to environmental stimuli. This is the number one thing. The environment has it communicates with the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous. This is
Hey, miss. Hey, man.
the human is not aware of. This is infinite intelligence. So the environment makes people respond automatically to whatever's going on. Fight or flight, your heartbeat, all of that is unconsciously controlled. So what has occurred is that the people who run the system created a system that created multiple different environments and stuck people in these environments, kept them out of the mind, out of the consciousness, and allowed the infinite intelligence to respond automatically to whatever's going on. Then the second stage is psychology. You then start engineering people with
What's up, man?
illusions and altering the perception of reality to get them to behave
Move, fam.
the things that was happening.
Cock blocking made it all weird, man.
Now you have women and men operating in a way unconsciously, and everybody pointing the finger at each other. That is the people who know better and know life and keep you in an environment where you don't have the mentality, the intelligence, to find out what's going on. That's why when you enter into different worlds, people want to know where you come from. That's why your neighborhood and your city is so important to you and everybody else. I once heard President Bush say, how you was raised and where you was raised. Some of the two most important facts of who you are as a person. How you was raised and where you was raised goes back to what she was just speaking on. She's speaking a language that most can't understand because they have choice of words. But if she's talking how I talk, she just said biology. Well, that's why every time you get in trouble, they want to know about the drug addiction of your mother.
They already in hell underground?
How about we bring the heat down?
Goblin. Demon. Speed demon.
The environment
What's up, Ken?
That's why they say indoctrination starts in class. As soon as you can start thinking what they teach you in a motherfucking class, and teach you everything that everybody else knows, nothing's different. And so here's how you end up with this. Because there is a way to analyze this whole thing. And people do not understand this because they didn't care about school enough, right? You have to start with biology and the keys to the start with biology. Then the second step is the psychology. That is the proper order. Give their phones down quick. All this bullshit when they don't understand the thing. Because what's the thing? She just feeling good. She good. Oh, I'm just so bad. When you come home and you make that energy with that seed in it, all of that transfers to that energy. And women don't understand that because that feminine
Had to rewind it.
but inside of the male. So whatever's going on in his life, his diet, everything, his feelings, that's what into the women, right? And women they don't understand how seminal fluid actually impacts their physiology and their body. They have no clue. And they think that they can be men. And the reason we got to take this all the way back to the basics. If you understand the basics, you can be a master. Because right here, what we're talking about is being a master of life. When you look at life, you got to go to the basics of the foundations of life. And you have
The world will be cleansed of your filth.
a living organism must have the it must process energy, right? And it must change its role and it must respond to the environmental stimulus. This is the number one thing. The environment has it communicates.
What's up, y'all, New Yorkers?
This is unconscious, automatic responses that are not that the human is not aware of. This is infinite intelligence. So the environment
Chevy drivers need a truck that shows up the same way they do. That's why Chevy Silverado is #1 in manufacturer loyalty. So they can go where others won't and always get it done. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Just wanna
We
vibe,
sell on your website,
enjoy life.
Amazon, and beyond. We ship your orders. Powered by Amazon's logistics network. Amazon Shipping. You sell it, we ship it.
Sorry, y'all. I'm wrong. I'm wrong for that.
Your heartbeat
I'm
also
sorry.
is unconsciously controlled. So what has occurred is that the people who run this system created a system that created multiple different environments and stuck people in these environments, kept them out of the mind, out of the consciousness, and allowed the infinite intelligence to respond automatically to whatever is going on.
Oh, the city never sleeps.
Then
More
the
activity.
second stage is psychology. You then start engineering people with illusion and altering the perception on reality to get them to behave and solidify the things that was happening in the body.
Oh,
So now you have women and men operating in a way unconsciously, and everybody
mm,
thinking it is not really.
coming from down there.
It's the people who know better and know right and put you in an environment where you don't have the mentality, the intelligence to be aware to comprehend what's going on. That's why when you enter into different worlds, people want to know where you come from. Yeah, that's why your neighborhood and your city is so important to you.
Charleston White, Princella
I'm not sure,
Clark.
President, you say how you was raised and where you was raised is some of the two most important facts of who you are as a person. Mm-hmm. How you was raised and where you was raised goes back to what she was just speaking of.
How did it flip?
She's speaking a language that most can't understand because her choice of words. But if she talk how I talk, she just said biology. Well, that's why every time you get in trouble, they want to know about the drug addiction of your mother, your father, your grandmother. That's why they want to know that. And if people are disagreeing with what she's saying, then nigga, how can y'all be saying, well, we affected by slavery? That shit been passed down. That's true. Trauma, and so the environment goes to the society, right? That's why they say indoctrination starts in the classroom. As soon as you can start thinking, where they put you in a motherfucking class, yeah, and teach you everything that everybody has heard. And so here's how you end up with dysfunction. Because there is a way to analyze this whole thing. And people do not understand because they get themselves in the right? There's a second step of the cycle. That is the proper way.
I won't let you run away, Spider-Man.
Give them the food stamp quick. All that bullshit. When they don't understand. So what's she breaking down? She just feed out there. Feed you good. Shit you good. That's so biology, right? That's all the motherfucking things on the wall. From the vitamins, zinc, eat right, the proper water, and your body made up of this much water. That's the gift of life, and that's where most black women are in the environment of failing it because they don't have the free will themselves. And see, they did, but here's the deal.
Who's sleeping?
Spider-Man is near.
I will find him.
If you don't do that, right, you're going to have a bunch of people.
I won't let you run away, Spider-Man.
Because they eliminate.
Ember's luck! The fool's me!
Hold on.
You like that?
Let me give real proper respect. Boom. I tried to hit you with that combo.
And the things that we allow children to see because we're young with these young brains. It's everything just want them broke down in the order in which we have to operate.
Get help where you need it most. Microsoft 365 Copilot, your AI assistant at work, is now 15% off for eligible nonprofits. Get started by clicking the link or visiting Microsoft.com/nonprofit.
What's up, y'all? What's up,
You're
Kendra?
always talking about the Fed. The Fed raised rates. The Fed cut rates. The Fed is fighting inflation.
That's why one party in politics is way more powerful over black people than the other party. Because they create a lot of safety programs, a lot of sociology, and it focus a lot on our social economic.
Whoa, did y'all see that?
And it never talks about how biology makes it.
Okay.
It never talks about how. So that's why when I started working with children in the juvenile system, and I would ask the detention worker, man, what's different about the kids today than we did before? And they said, well, the kids today is
More webs,
substance abuse problem.
more to burn. Not as snaky as you think, Spider-Man.
And how did that happen? So did a study, okay, on rats. Took 8 years.
I'm not impressed!
Let me get through who I just swept up. I like that chick. I love that chick. Foxy Mama. I'm gonna save you for last, girl.
It's nothing to worry about!
Again, remember that the purpose is what most creative. At the top is more because it's the board of directors of the organization. So this is what the bottom is less that the mice were down to get him down here. People think that the mice is in
Yep.
That's why if you look at a black household, you'll see 5 different religions. So, when you look at other cultures, it's only one religion out of it because it's more controlled. When you look at our years in 18, 19, 20, we down there fucking up to the 40. When you look at the California, they were fucking up to the 40. But the higher you get up, the more control. The more control we used to have control. At one point, when the government exceeded the effective it came out in 1982 about ideological subversion. Most people don't understand what ideological subversion is. Ideology. The ideology is a philosophy. You know, govern your behavior because thinking makes it so. Thinking is cheap. So whatever you do is based on your thinking. So ideological subversion is how to destroy or subvert or take away the ideology. So the first step of ideological subversion is demoralization. Stabilization, the stabilization, crisis, and then normalization. Normalization is a process. So what is normal is not natural. So to demoralize somebody. Before you demoralize, you got to think what morality is. What is moralization? Moralization is a byproduct of philosophy. Okay? You create a philosophy, or this is how we do things, and then from that philosophy, you create a moral standard, right and wrong, based on the philosophy. The people at the top create that, and then they push it down to the people on the bottom and tell them what to do. This is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. That comes from the top. It don't come from the bottom. So when you subvert and you start this malicious subversion attack, you remove the philosophy that produces the morality. Hence, demoralization, the removal of morality. You could see this happening in the United States because when I was in fifth grade, I remember them removing prayer out of schools. This is a part of the demoralization process. The
conflict resolution. Yeah. Kids no longer say I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see a generation of children who have no conscience that governs their emotions to
You don't want that
say,
superior suit on them.
I don't want to do that, right? So what I mean by that is they've taken away our morals.
Yes.
And hip hop have become the ideology form that we all have taken on.
Right.
That's why we support the pimps, the gangsters. That's why when the killers go to jail, the whole community don't say, well, just let him, he done his time, he done a crime. That's why we say free the killer. Even knowing he killed somebody. Because we no longer have any morals. So she went and studied. She went and studied some shit. But she's teaching it. And it's so truthful that it's hurting niggas, it's hurting me.
Yeah, and speaking of that, thank you guys so much for I can't take it to the public of YouTube streamers
Wherever you are.
Check out your friend right there.
There's the 2026 GMC Sierra. It's the during GMC Truck Month. Get 0% APR for 5 years on 2026 Sierra 1500 models.
You see that in their film? Don't act slow, dumb, and invisible
yogurt
now.
is so tasty. It could give Medusa a good hair day. Thick, rich, creamy Greek gods yogurt.
You having a good hair day, Mel?
Taste from the Greek gods.
Can't tell him. Can't say nothing.
Yeah. I've never been charged with rape. I've never been charged with beating a woman. I've never been accused of it. I've never been in no domestic violence relationship. That was my way of wanting to come to the internet and say I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm the baddest nigga in America. That was gonna be my claim to fame. It was more in defense of Bill Cosby. So I started doing that right at the time Bill Cosby did it. I wanted to be the only nigga in America that, and then I was mad at the white people in the city. So I was getting into it with all the white. Maybe I was getting into it with my local.
Did it come up this high?
So I was coming to the internet
Wow.
saying some of the most horrific things. And I'm going radical at the time. So I was coming to the internet to come go against white people.
I won't let you run
Same
away.
shit that they say to black people.
Spider-Man.
Same thing that we say
Hey,
to black
bitch.
people. I want to say to
Baby.
white people only. I served time for killing the white man. So I came out relevant about
for your actions.
We stood over the white man and watched him die.
Good.
Sorry, Mel.
Can handle things from here.
God, just like it's moving. Right? So
Kiss my bands.
you ain't never killed nobody.
We'll get you though.
Okay, nigga, I gotta
You deserve your picture taken.
Well, when I broke it down, we were raping as children.
Just get their feet right there.
I got 14 years old. I got out at
Get your
21
whole
years old.
flesh.
Where's
And
the
in fact, we'll get your
Where was
fam
the
too.
raping? And I'm telling you, when we was kids, nigga, we were fucking 11, 12 years old. What you think we were doing? You think we knew how to properly have sex? No, we were running trains from the ideologies of the music. Hey, we want some pussy. Me and my homies like to play this game. But there's a part that says every time it gets to me, I the shit out of luck because I stick my dick in and it will get stuck.
Watch this.
The girl will say stop. I say I'm not. So At this time, when I'm making these videos, I'm actually working on children's rape cases. Boys who running trains, recording it. The girls. So, I was teaching from a standpoint.
Hey, fam.
And I use Vogel. What guy? Yeah. So, no, I ain't never done it. I ain't never been accused of
Hey,
it. But
how
I
you
was
feel?
talking about white men. And I thought, man, well,
Yeah.
I chose satire and shock jock. So just like Priscilla, man, I went to college and I studied what satire was, what a shock jock was.
Y'all came here after the time or
Man, I
after the
wanted to
while?
be white.
After the fact, or
I
y'all
ain't give a fuck about yeah,
isolated incident?
I rape white. And I went downtown. Too.
All
And
right, let's
said the
get them.
same thing. I can't wait till we start raping white people. Without taking everything to what the rapper said and taking everything back to slavery. Yeah. I was being real mean to white. But I ain't see no nigga that had the heart to do that. And I want to be that nigga that'll be brave enough to say, yeah, I'm gonna rape some white women. And I knew by me saying all these horrible things, you can't make people look. You can't find one out there that's gonna do it. So I want to see what the nigga did to white folks. Ultimately turned around and fight my own people. And I'm saying, why would black people be offended by me specifically?
Just like Amazing Spider-Man 2, where he used the thing.
That gas truck blows up, it'll take
Ah.
us.